Hello, I'm talking about game balance today. Okay, let's begin easy, okay? Something that I've said a million times, and something I don't plan on saying very much, but I probably will due to how balance goes on in this game. Let's talk about the supports really quickly. We'll address Brig really fast because I know a lot of people are talking about it because of the changes, and probably someone might be interested in hearing my take about it. Here's the problem with the Brig change, okay? First of all, it's a massive problem. It shouldn't be in the game, first of all. That's awful game design. Your support shouldn't just become instantly tanky and become the tank. Like, her shield has more HP than some tank shields. She just instantly gains armor, and it's a dumb change. It's a dumb balance change. It's in the lower ranks. Here's why it's actually not that bad in the higher ranks, though. In, like, top 500, I know a lot of streamers have been like, no, this is going to kill the game, it's going to kill the game. But let me tell you why this doesn't actually affect top 500 players all that much. And it's more worse for the lower ranked players than it is the higher ranked ones. Here's the problem. In gold, if you pop rally, because you're not going to be positioned properly, you're going to be next to the tank. Pop rally, and then you're bashing, you're whipping your thing around or whatever. You're doing tons of healing, you're killing things, right? Incredible, right? That's so broken in gold because she's unkillable. But in top 500, where people position themselves correctly, Brig will never be able to do that. Because Brig's job in top 500, in Grandmaster, is to stand at the very back of the map on top of their other support, who's probably like an Ana or like a Bap or something like that, and defend them. You stand on them, you get your shield, you get your flail or whatever, and you stand there and you make sure no one goes anywhere near them, and you make sure they don't die. And to do that, you need to be stood on top of your other support. Where's your other support playing? Probably nowhere near the team in the higher ranks because there's no point to it. It's a waste of time to do that. It's bad. But however, in gold, that's exactly what you do. So in gold, Brig is going to be broken, but in top 500, she's probably going to be worse, to be completely honest. Because the thing is if Brig wants to become the tank, like the devs say, in high rank, then Brig has to walk out of position, that means leave their other support away, rotate mid-team fight to where your tank's already died, so you're -1, your tank's dead, you're rotating off your other support, making your other support diveable, the other team's going to see that, you're going to spend all this time rotating where you're not actively participating in the team fight, meaning they've lost another player due to your rotation, then by the time you get to the front line where your tank is dead and you pop your rally, your team's already dead, and you're not actually tanky enough to become the tank. You become squishier because you don't have the constant overshield healing you. Instead, you get the plus 100 armor. And then if you take that damage, you don't re-heal that the overshield constantly. You only will get your inspire heal or your passive heal, depending on which one's procced. Meaning that going aggressive on this Brig, it makes you weaker than you were before in high rank. Plus, even if you're in high rank, you're never going to have the opportunity to use it how it's intended anyway, because you can't, because you lose instantly if you do. It is a balance change that has added trash into the game, like a stun and a giant shield and a ton of shield HP and instant armor gain. Dog shit that shouldn't ever be in the game, but they've added it, and it doesn't even work because it's not applicable to the hero because of how the hero is played. The Blizzard don't even understand their own heroes. The hero received a change that literally cannot affect them and makes them worse in the higher ranks, while simultaneously making them broken in the lower ranks, and adding stuff into the game that's overpowered and shouldn't be in the game anyway. How you fuck up the balance this badly is pathetic. It's awful balance. How could you possibly ever do this? It's like there was no thought process ever applied to the changes that were going towards the hero, right? It doesn't make sense. Like, if you really think about it, it doesn't actually make sense. But anyway, that's a new issue. Let's talk about Sigma. In the Season 4 change, his one-shot was removed. His accretion damage was lowered, which is this big rock, and their justification for this was they want to remove one-shots. Well, simultaneously increasing the stun timer you receive when you get hit with a rock. Okay, so first of all, don't even get me started on this. You increase the stun timer, which you said you want to get rid of. You don't want stuns in the game, so your plan for this was to remove a one-shot, which basically wasn't even a one-shot. It's a combo that's actually really difficult to hit. Okay, so you remove a combo and add longer stun. So you lower his skill ceiling by making it so he can no longer do his one-shot combo, which was extremely difficult to hit and should totally be in the game. I'm pretty sure everyone agrees. I mean, Sigma was the magnum opus when it came to game balance. He was the most balanced tank in the game. He was the most balanced hero in the entire game, but they nerfed him anyway. So they increased the stun, which they said they don't want, and they instead got rid of his one-shot, which was instead a combo. So they've made him weaker and made him more boring to play against. How Blizzard manages to fuck up the game balance this badly and ruin it so profoundly, so consistently, is incredible. They need to win an award for fucking up the game this badly. I don't even know how it's possible that you managed to do this. So consistently ruin the game. Anyway, one-shots. Let's talk about Widow and shit like that, okay? Widow is dumb as fuck, okay? Let's be real. I don't know if you know me, if you're like sub to the channel, you know I play a lot of Kovacs, and I score fairly high in Kovacs, and I'm an aim coach. I coach people how to get good aim. And as someone with that good aim, I tend to, you know, do a lot better on the heroes that require a bit more mechanical skill, you know, the ones that require more aim. So heroes like Widow and people who can aim, like me and like top 500 players, will abuse this hero till its life's end, until it is no longer broken. But they will never ever change her because she's useless in the lower ranks. So in top 500, I have to queue up and deal with a Widow player who just stands at the very back of the map, AFK, impossible to dive because there's a Brig stood on top of them and a Kiriko standing on top of them. They're undiveable, they just stand there, they do nothing all game but point and click on things and they win. And before anyone says, oh, but they have to aim, no, they don't, okay? I don't want to be like the bearer of bad news here. But aiming on Widow is not that hard. With how difficult it is to actually like click on things that are like that, the tiny heads moving around, it's not the correct way to play Widow. If they're mashing AD, you know, trying to avoid your shot, the best thing to do is not to actually try and shoot them. You just place you don't even move your crosshair. Just put your crosshair somewhere in their strafe pattern. And as you see them walk across it, you click. That is literally it. It is a reaction time test. It's not even aim. It is so disgustingly easy to perform well on this hero. It's vile. I don't care how many Overwatch League clips there are where people go, wow, this guy popped off. Because I'm just going to be real with how consistent my aim is and how good my aim is. Not to like flex, right? But like I coach aim. Like I'm a pretty prolific aim player. Like even in the Kovacs community, a lot of people know me for my high sense and my good scores and things like that. I can pick Widow and consistently kill 3 or 4 people every fight. It's not hard. It's incredibly easy. And it's really fucking boring. I have a rule on my channel and when I play in general. I don't pick Widow. I refuse because it ruins the game. It ruins the game for me. It's boring for me. It's boring content watching me just click heads all day. And it's boring for everyone else in the game. And it's not balanced and it's not fair. And the only way for me to avoid seeing it is to, you know, not let me play it. If the less I play it, the less I see it. But the more I play it, the more I see it, which is where the problems begin. So Widow is just absurdly broken. She needs to get butchered in the sense that either one shot needs to get removed or grapple, mine, all that stuff needs to get turbo nerfed. Her hitbox needs to get bigger. She needs to become slower in some way. Because in the state she's in right now, it is absurd how unbelievably overpowered this hero is. And then we have Widow in the same game as Genji, where Genji's completely unplayable in like most of the ranks in the game, where it's like, if I pick Genji, unless I'm doing absolutely everything perfectly, I'm doing nothing. And then you have heroes like Ashe, where you have like 10% accuracy, but you can still have like 50 limbs, because one shot does like half a fucking health bar with a Mercy pocket. It's so stupid. And don't even get me started on Mercy as well. That hero is so brain dead easy to play. It's just, you just pick the hero and you hold the button down. That is literally it. I don't care what anyone says. That is reality. And in my casuals are ruining Overwatch video, I said some things where a lot of people didn't agree with me. They were like, oh, that's a bronze take and stuff like that. And like, you can think that. That's fair enough. If you don't know who I am, I scrim a very high open division level. I scrim contenders players. I'm top 500 all roles. I peaked 4781 on DPS in Brig meta. I'm a pretty good Genji player, I would think. In general, I think I'm a pretty good player. I'm okay. And I play the game to a fairly high level, and I get fairly high top 500 rankings on all the roles. And the thing is I was harsh in that video. I was very like, yeah, you're brain dead, you're dog shit, you're terrible if you play these heroes. And obviously there was, obviously there's probably better ways to get my point across. And a lot of people didn't appreciate me calling their hero brain dead. But like, the reality is think about Genji, or think about like Ram or Ball, right? Think about Ball and Genji. Think about how difficult it is to get value on those heroes, right? Now, a lot of people might say, oh, Ball is brain dead, you just roll through them. And fair enough, to a degree, yes, every hero can be brain dead depending on your playstyle. But think of Mercy. Mercy's optimal playstyle, the way to play her optimally, properly, is to stand on your other DPS, or one of them, preferably a hit scan, and hold a button. That is it. That is how you play the hero properly. And then obviously you get into the mechanical things where you need to learn the movement and the positioning and things like that, which aren't actually that difficult. It's pretty easy. Just stay in your team's LOS, or LOS of your team, so you can GA around, and then obviously know the movement text, things like that, and know how to play beam length, stuff like that. It's very easy, actually. I might upload it. I did an unranked GM playing Mercy. It took me like, I think it was like a little more than 3 hours. It wasn't hard. I had almost 100% win rate. The hero is ridiculous. Anyway, it doesn't matter, right? You can have heroes like Mercy in the game, where you basically are completely brain dead to play them, and heroes like Ball in the game, where you need to be very inclined in terms of mechanics. You need to be very good mechanically. You need good aim. You also need obviously good mechanics in terms of your grapples and your techs. You need a good game sense to know which targets to go for, when to go for them. You need good setups, good engagement timings. There's a lot you need to be good at these heroes and to be effective with them. Same applies to Genji. Same applies to Tracer, Echo, things like that. But a lot of the supports are just, I'm pushing buttons, bro. I'm pushing the buttons, and that's it. That's just how you play them. It's like Zen is just like, oh, I'm shooting him, dude. I'm clicking the left mouse button. You're Discord. I'm shooting you. You're dead. That's it. And a lot of people are like, I don't think Zen is brain dead. You need good positioning. No, you don't. You actually don't. You just stand at the back of the map. Like, you all know, I'm very high top 500 on every role. I wouldn't lie, dude. I coach the game. I wouldn't tell you something that's not true. I wouldn't go, yeah, guys, I coach the game, but I lied to you about how to play it. I'm just being honest. Now, we obviously have different perspectives, but to me, Zenyatta, for me to get value, all I do, and this is not a troll, all I do is I pick the hero, I stand behind my team, and I press Discord on the tank, and I shoot him. That is it. And I can maintain 80% win rate on him, easily. That is all Zenyatta takes. It is standing at the back of the map and shooting the tank. There is nothing else required. With his dumb kick, where he can kick divers away, with his insane damage output, where he can just shoot people and they die, like twice, and they're just dead, as well as his ability to counter most of the ults in the game, with a very good ult himself, and abilities that are so incredibly brain dead and easy to use that you legitimately do not need a brain to play them. An actual monkey could play the hero, because all you need to do is push a button. That is literally all it boils down to. Okay? So that's enough ranting about supports. I could talk about every support in the game and how I hate them, but that's not productive. Okay? I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me about how supports are too strong, but objective reality is they are too strong. Okay? That's factual. Okay, tanks are really weak in this game. I know that's probably people are gonna be annoyed at me for saying that. They are. Tank in this game is a bad role. It does nothing. It has the least carry potential out of all of them, and it has the most throw potential out of all of them. So if you play a little bit bad on tank, you toss the game. If you play perfectly on tank, you can still lose because of how little carry potential the actual role has. There you go. There's another issue with the hero. Okay, or with the tank role, where in general it's just very bad. Like, Reinhardt in gold is very good, but Reinhardt in top 500 is awful. Like, you basically don't see him played ever, unless you're playing like Cloudy or someone like that. But in general, Ryan is just not a good hero. He's just simply bad. He dies insanely fast in these kind of elos where everyone plays Mercy and everyone plays Zen, so he's just simply bad. Okay, and maybe in gold where people pick, I don't even know, like like Lucio Moira, something like that. Okay, who cares? Doesn't matter, right? Next is the stuns in the game. Brig stun is just dumb. I don't know why it's in the game, and I don't know why they make the Sigma stun longer. We already talked about Sigma, but the Brig change is awful. Like, I know I already talked about it, but it's so bad. Like, just a reminder, but to rewind to the start of the video and re-listen to me talking about why Brig is bad, just so you can really get it into your mind, like deep into your brain wrinkles about how horrible of a game design philosophy Blizzard has, because I think it's hilarious. Okay, last thing I want to talk about because it's annoying me the most, McCree. McCree is still ridiculous. They didn't address the actual problem with McCree. They did. Now, we had 2 main issues. Wait, then he had like 5 main issues, but the main one was the grenade, which I'm glad they changed, but they took 11 damage off of it, which is just awful. That is not a fix, because now instead of shooting someone once, I need to shoot them once and melee them, or shoot them twice, which is not difficult at all. In fact, it actually makes it easier to kill people, because you need to hit them twice, which means they can't be healed through the nade blow up anymore, which is it actually just makes the hero easier to play, which doesn't make any sense, but who cares? So yeah, the main problem, in my opinion, with the Kree nade, or not even the nade in general, with McCree, is that he's ridiculously tanky, a hit scan with high damage, damage mitigation on roll, damage mitigation in ultimate, and he does an absurd amount of damage, like I already said, and the nade, which is like a free kill, and he's easy to play, and it's just stupid. Like, everything about the hero bundled up, like, when you really think about it, he's just ridiculous. Like, he's just absurd. There's nothing he can't do. And even today, even after the nerfs, where he got his HP lowered, and his nade was lowered, he's still stupid. Like, it still doesn't address the 70 damage hit scan. Like, I could make a compilation of me just loading in, picking McCree, and killing everyone. This is not a flex again. I'm not here to flex. That's cringe. But the hero is just ridiculously easy, especially given to someone who can aim. It's dumb. I don't even need to headshot people. I can just walk around and body shot people. If you've seen my video of Mccassidy, or Human Aimbot proves Mccassidy's overpowered, or whatever I called it, that's just like proof. That's literally every game I pick on the hero. I just pick them, and I'm two-tapping people across the map. Again, I'm not flexing, but that's what happens, because the hero is ridiculous. Even if I have very good aim, I shouldn't be able to do that. I shouldn't be able to see someone making a rotation, click twice, they're dead, they're back in the spawn room, we just win the fight. 2 clicks to win a whole team fight is ridiculous. That is stupid. It shouldn't be in the game. And even though they lowered his damage, making Genji a little better, actually, Genji can now be picked into McCree, though why would you ever do that? Just pick literally any other hero in the DPS roster. They're all better than Genji. Just pick someone else. You'll do better. But even then, I'm actually having a better time playing Genji recently, because Kree is actually killable now, and Mercy doesn't make people invincible anymore, which is great. The game is moving in a better direction, in some cases, and others is moving so opposite, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I don't know. That was me talking about game balance. I love all of you really so much, dude, and then, like, go make, like, a sandwich, dude. Go make a sandwich and, like, eat a sandwich, bro. Okay, anyway, I don't know. I'll see you guys later.